Let's talk about my advice for postgrads after being out of college for 5 years. Yep, 5 years. Crazy to think about, but I'm 27. I've been out of college for 5 years, and I have a lot to say about postgrad because I have learned so much from age 22 to 27. So I made this whole long list, random things in the order that they came top of mind for me, of my postgrad advice, things that I learned that I would like to give wisdom for. So if you're postgrad, buckle up. This is going to be a good one. And I'm going to get right to the point. And I have a couple, not so popular opinions on certain things. So let's see what I have to say about postgrad advice. But if this is your first video you're seeing of mine, I'm Jess, and I'm the owner of Rich Girl Book Club, where we talk a lot about bookish things, finance things, and all other lifestyle, such as this random advice video. So please subscribe to join the club. Can't recommend it enough. All right. Let's get straight into it because I have a lot to say. I have written down 40 different things, and we're just going to go through them, and I'm going to try not to ramble on each one. So let's just jump in. So I just sat down, opened my notes app, and started writing postgrad advice. And this is what I came up with. So the first thing I wrote, number one, was invest or learn how to manage your money. Obviously, I am a finance enthusiast, so your finances is your life in the long term. And this isn't me being like money is happiness or whatever, but they're extremely important, and you're automatically at a disadvantage in this economy. There's just a lot to learn, a lot to do that makes a huge difference down the line. So I could talk about this forever, but basically learn how to invest. You can invest $10, $100, whatever you have, just start learning to invest. And I will be having videos about that soon. Number two, learn to be decisive while also allowing yourself to change your mind. Being able to get in touch with your intuition and trusting yourself is everything, okay? It is absolutely crucial, and it's everything. You have to learn how to make decisions, right? Start with small decisions. Be really decisive when the stakes are low so that when the stakes are higher, you're more confident in making that decision at all, okay? So when you're choosing what to wear, think about how you're kind of just switching back and forth. I don't know. Pick something. Be confident. Maybe take a deep breath and say, what do I want? And it could be something as simple as picking out your clothes or picking out what to eat or something like that. Okay, number three, don't take advice from someone you don't want their life. So if you don't want my life, I guess don't even click off the video, don't listen. But what I'm saying is, you're not going to get good advice from people that aren't going in the direction that you want to go or aren't doing the things that you want to do. They're just not going to be helpful. So, I mean, you can hear them out because I believe everyone has, a perspective and opinion on something for sure, but you don't need to take advice from people that are just not doing what you're doing or what you want to do, or they're not where you want to be. So just something to think about. Number four, take the risks now. This is one that I have to work on. But you will just wake up one day with more responsibilities, and you'll wish that you would have traveled a bit more when you didn't have like a dog to worry about or something. Just take the risks now. I mean, don't blow up your entire life, but take calculated risks and learn along the way. Some of these risks are just not going to work out, okay? So just keep taking a bunch of risks, and a bunch will work out and a bunch won't work out, and that's how it is. Just take a bunch of risks now. You don't realize how little responsibilities or freedom that you have right now in your 20s. Number five, your daily life is your life. Your life isn't the vacation that you go on once every 6 months. Your life isn't the 2 hours on Saturday that you're getting dinner with your friends. It is your daily life. It is what you do on a daily basis, how you're taking care of yourself, moving your body, who you talk to, what you do for work. It's all of that combined. So pay attention to that. Number six, also pay attention to things that are important to others and remember things. This is kind of just like a friendship advice thing, but you're gonna meet people briefly, and then you'll, in college and stuff, you're seeing people again and again very regularly. But sometimes in postgrad, it's like you see someone and you meet them, and then you don't see them for like 3 months or 6 months, and you meet them again. And if you remember something about them, think about you in that position, right? Like if someone said, oh, I remember you said that you were applying for new jobs or something, like how did that go? That means so much. So pay attention to the things that people are talking about and interested in. Even be weird and like put notes in your notes app. I haven't done that, but I really should. Just to remember things about people. It makes a huge difference. People really, really appreciate that. Number 7, your brain genuinely cannot comprehend that social media is a highlight reel. Like just me saying, hey, it's a highlight reel. Your brain fills in the gaps. Okay, if you see someone with a perfect life on Instagram, you're filling in the gaps that they have a perfect life. And just knowing that you're doing that, it doesn't stop your brain from doing it, if it makes sense. So the answer isn't just like, oh, I know it's a highlight reel. You have to actually like not be looking at it, okay? So monitor your social media. It's literally your brain. So consider that. Next one, 8. If you ever want to trade places with someone, remember that you have to take all the good and all the bad, right? So you can't be like, well, I want her body. Oh, but she lives in Idaho. I don't want to live in Idaho. Or, oh, I want her brain, but she has only ever been in toxic relationships. Or I want his job, but he has no family. Okay? Everyone has the good and the bad. So you cannot pick and choose and be like, I want that person's body and skin and hair. Oh, but I don't want their brain or their... That sounds so mean. But you know what I'm saying, right? Everyone has their challenges and struggles. You can't pick and choose like what you want to swap with someone. And if you really think about it, 9 times out of 10, like if you are actually given the chance to switch lives with someone, all the good and bad, you're probably going to pick your good and bad, if that makes sense. So something good to remember, like the challenges that you were given to you for a reason because you can handle them. Okay. Number 9, you're probably going to gain weight. It's okay. We live in America. It's fine. And you're not the exception. I think I say this one later, but it's going to happen at some point. Okay. And it's not like random things happen. Your life changes. You get a desk job at sedentary. You go through really bad breakup. You know, are grieving for a while. Like it's going to just happen at some point. So just accept that it's going to happen and stop pretending like it's a personal failing. Like you live in America. American food is not great. American culture is not conducive to a happy, healthy lifestyle. Like you have to overcome. Like, if you just do what everyone else is doing, you're not going to have the best health, sorry to say. You have to kind of, like, you have to go above and beyond to overcome our, like, food in America and our lack of community and our lack of walking and things like that. So keep that in mind that, like, oh, in any other health indicator, too. Like, oh, you get high cholesterol or something. Like, yes, take accountability, but don't take all the accountability. Like the cards are already stacked against you is what I'm trying to say. So that context is really important and it's okay. Okay. There's no more gold stars. This is number 10. You have to validate yourself. Okay. No one is telling you good job anymore. You might get like one piece of validation from work like every so often. It's nothing compared to getting grades over and over again at school or getting awards or getting that new leadership position in college and stuff like that. There's not a lot left. It's very far and few between. So you have to validate yourself, like actually. And if that feels really uncomfortable, girl, we got some work to do because you have to learn how to validate yourself. Trust me, this is one that I'm still working on, but there's no one giving you gold stars. You have to give yourself gold stars. Number 11, I mentioned this one, you're not the exception. So what I'll add on here is judging others for their mistakes is just a reflection of your own insecurities, okay? Like, if you're judging someone for, I don't want to use like an example. If you're judging someone for gambling away all their money, being like, oh my gosh, that's so stupid. Like, I would never do that. Like, maybe you wouldn't do that exact thing, but you are a human and you are susceptible to mistakes just like everyone else is. So I'm trying to say here is like, you're going to make a mistake in some sort of way. Everyone is. So why are we judging how other people make mistakes? It doesn't do anything. And it also is detrimental because if you think like, I'll just go back to the weight gain one, like I'm never going to gain weight or whatever. I'm different. Like, you're not the exception, honey. You're just not. You're just like a human. So this all comes back to like realize you're a human. And it's another thing too is like you're not the exception. Like you're like not like I'm never gonna find love ever. Like, oh, you think you're that special that you're just gonna be the one person that never finds love in the world? Like, think about it, okay? And I know it can be really, really hard for sure. So I want to acknowledge that. But number 12, podcasts and good books are amazing. But if you only listen and listen and listen and listen, it's only going to do so much. You have to take notes. You have to actually think about how to apply these teachings to your life. And you also have to take action. Because I have consumed countless books and podcasts about perfectionism, and I've moved the needle in some ways, but in some ways not, because I'm just listening. And listening only does so much. It's like, oh, if I listen to this, like it'll just change my brain. Like, no, there's a lot more work to do. So that's really important too, is you can consume so much and then you're gonna be like a know-it-all because you're gonna be like telling other people what to do, and then it's gonna be like, oh, but you don't even do that. So it's good to know. Okay, 13. If you do literally anything outside of the ordinary or not literally settling, you will get pushed back. Literally for anything. If you try to go, like even normal things, like if you try to go for a promotion at work, people are like, really? Are you going to do that? Like, oh, I'm going to try to get like a bigger, better job. Really? Are you going to do that? Like, oh, like I'm going to save money and not have a big wedding. Oh, really? You're going to do that? Like every single thing you do that's not settling will get you pushed back. Everyone out here is settling. I'm so sorry to tell you this. You think like everyone is like you, that they're working on self-growth. They're trying to be the best version of themselves. They're learning, they're growing. No. People are taking what they can get and they're saying good enough. And they don't know that they're saying that. They're not aware. They're not even thinking about it. That's just like, they're just content. And there's pros and cons to that. But if you're like thinking that people are going to be really cheering for you to like do something out of the ordinary, no. Like, for example, me getting a second job of working in a fitness studio as an instructor, like, people weren't like, oh my, that's so cool. They're like, why are you doing that? What are you doing that for? Oh, you get paid for that? Oh, okay. Like, why are you doing that? Like, you really think you can do that? Like, oh, that's so hard. Yeah, it's hard. I'm doing it. So that's just an example. Like, don't expect people to like praise things that you do in general at all. You're going to see that all your friends and family are going in different directions and doing different things, and you just have to like let it be. It's crazy. Okay. 14. You spend a lot of time at work, but you can have a very full life outside of work. No matter what your job is, it is a lot of your day and a lot of your life, but it doesn't have to be everything. The key is to be intentional, because it's really easy to just finish work, go to workout, come back, eat dinner, wash your dishes, and clean your house every day. I do that a lot. But that's not all there is, right? There's a lot more you can do. You can be really intentional, and this is something that I'm still working on, but I wanted to throw that in here. 15, you actually have to have a relaxation routine, or as they like to say, self-care routine. I like to say relaxation because that's really what you need. You need to build in daily or weekly, monthly, whatever it looks like, relaxation. This life is stressful. If you're constantly on edge, you're constantly stressed, you're constantly worried, am I good enough in my job? Am I in the right relationship? Am my friends like me? Oh my gosh, you need to relax. Like, our society is very hustle, even though people claim hustle culture is gone. It's not. It's back and better than ever. Sorry, I hate it, to be clear, but it's back. And you need to calm down. You just need to calm down. So you should probably be figuring out how to do that on a regular occurrence rather than like physical self-care. Like, you just need to calm down a little bit. Said from someone with a lot of anxiety. Okay, 16, beware of desk jobs. Ooh, you will be stiff, your hips will hurt, your back will hurt, your shoulders are gonna round over. Like, it's gonna happen. Again, you're not an exception. You have a desk job. You have to actively figure out a way to overcome that, because it's going to happen. Like, you're signing up to work and sit at a desk for 8 hours a day, you have to do something different than that. Or else you're going to have back pain, you're going to be sedentary, your mental health's going to be bad. Like, you just, again, this is one of those things that you have to, like, actively overcome, is the sitting all day. Sitting is the new smoking, apparently. So that freaks me out. Sometimes I just wake up and I think about that. I'm like, oh my gosh. So again, you need to calm down. All right, let's move on. Work from home is overrated and lonely. Okay, obviously everyone has their own opinion, but I find that work from home is really lonely. Like, I have a couple calls a day. Sometimes I talk to people, sometimes not, like virtually through work. But again, that's virtual. And I literally don't see people unless I go to a workout class or I go to book club or something like that. Like, I'm literally so, like, there's no one here. Like, I'm alone. And it sounds great. I don't have to leave my house. But, like, literally not having community is going to be your detriment. And that is something I'm really trying to work on, because I have a very, I'm going to try to be positive about it. My community is in progress right now. We are building the community. And as someone so terrified of reaching out to people, it's going very slowly. But you need community. Okay, add that one in here. You need community. 18. Jobs are not like school. There's no validation, and there's honestly not a lot of training. You literally have to just be in charge of yourself. You have to initiate the learning. You have to be curious about stuff. You have to be curious about your company and how it works and how to do your job and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, they're not going to just give you a syllabus and give you assignments and things like that. This really caught me off guard. I was like, isn't someone supposed to be in charge of me? And like, there is, you usually have like a supervisor or manager or something like that, but at the same time, it's on you, boo. It's really on you. And I think that calls for a matcha break. Look at this matcha. That's a beautiful matcha. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, let's keep going. 19. You need to track your marketable skills and resume experiences. Okay, hear me out. So what I mean by this is, at your job, this is what I want you to do. You need to make a document or in your OneNote or something, and every time you do a project or you learn a new skill, you need to write it down and track it. Like, honestly, like, all things that you do, you should be tracking. Like, literally 10 minutes on every Friday. Like, put the reminder in your calendar and just be like, I worked on ABC this week and I learned this. And this isn't to give to your manager or anything like that, unless they ask for it or something. This is for you to remember what you're doing and remember your contributions. So you're going to use this when you're putting stuff on your resume later, when you're updating your resume. You're going to use this when you're in, performance conversations, talking about things that you accomplished and you did. So again, in that case, like, remember numbers too. If you increased revenue by X%, or you streamlined this process from 5 hours to 2 hours or something, or you blah, 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 you get the picture. Like, notate that with numbers as best as you can for your resume, but also for your performance, and just remembering what the heck you do and how much value you bring to the company. Because if you can barely remember, you think your manager remembers everything that you did? No, you have to spell it out for them. Be like, I did A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I'm amazing. That's it. Number 20. Your priorities are what you spend your time on, not what you say your priorities are. Ooh, okay. So this one is saying that, like, oh, I value family, but you never call your family or spend time with your family, or, yeah, literally anything involving time spent, then it's not really a priority. It's just something you like to say that you prioritize, if that makes sense. And that's kind of blunt, but again, if you say, I prioritize my health so much, like I do, but you never work out, like, you don't prioritize your health. And that can be like a wake-up call, right? To be like, I prioritize my relationship, and then you spend absolutely no time on it. Like, again, all these different things. It's, your priorities are what you actually spend your time on and energy on and money on. Like, anything that you can spend, whatever that is, that's what your true priority is. And if you are spending all this time complaining, then you prioritize complaining. And that's kind of not lovely to hear. So think about that. Okay, so those were 20, and I'm actually going to split these up into 2 videos because I have a lot to say. So this is going to be the end of part 1. Those are 20 things, pieces of advice, things to think about when you're in post-grad that I want to communicate to the world. So thank you so much for watching part 1 of post-grad advice. Go ahead, follow and subscribe for the next part 2. It'll be out shortly after this. And I think the best ones are in part 2. So stick around and follow for that. Drop a comment below if you liked anything that I said, or if you disagree and you're like, girl, you're way off base. That's wrong. That's not right. Tell me. Tell me. I would love to hear it, honestly. Put it below. Any comment. You can just comment the word Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!